still. Through long walks and dithering diversions to the office, I am an unmade bed. London flows like a grey tornado. Glistening dark eyes, these strangers oncoming are like razor blades cutting into the heart of a grenade. Shredded bits of debris turn upwards through the blistered sky. The outside world is truly terrifying. Terror stemming from circling deep inside the torrid zone. Again and again I am forced to impugn the profundity of the morning feeling, sickened, empty, undead. Thwarted by the unready streets as they dangle like hideous torture instruments, my spirit is due for collapse and reissue. I am dying and they distantly laugh they're dead. Dragging superstitions for the night, I can't get over the feeling that something might still be out there. The streetlights hit me and I am a woman in various statements and wind in the eaves. Hope. The long unravelling of a lifetime spent together. The long unravelling of sad human lives. Trailed by the screams of monkeys shaved pink and left in the cold. Their only consolation to wonder why they came here for anything at all. Utter blackness of spontaneous regression. There is something in the quest of the inner path. Am I groping endlessly towards better transformation? I just don't know. The pressure of the dimensions is all too much for one meal and it takes so long to digest. Descent into the underworld, sprawled in a nightie, she emerges in morning light, leaping through the air like electric shocks that spread down my arms through to the fingers. Muffled admonitions from Apollo on despair. His ancient symbols went through me like ice. Seasons of fire need to explode in me. And the winner is anyone who survives. Some obscure creature claiming to be an actor comes up to me and starts to twist and glisten like a mollusk, meeting me on every level, a blind worm feeling inside me for the words. It moves me over to the desk and begins to write symbols and incantations, scratching them deep into the wood. The feeling of being on a moving train, trying to listen to someone else's chronicle, and take down dictation in that person's hand. Probes going into my brain at various junctions and sensory points. From the intrusion, I am bisected at the borderline. In the dour smell of charred flesh, I find an English speaker, his accent thick, but if you tune in, then his words unexpectedly come alive. I am just a small figure wearing the editor's clothes. I make semaphore gestures of my own neutrality. He was a dreamy and imaginative little boy. Possibly Mummy told him that while she whipped him across the driveway and herded him into a car. Now a thin man, grey hands, heavy shoulders, his smile blind. No spirit left to fight. Questions of progress are literally intolerable. I would rather spend the whole night in psychosis, sticking bits of toilet paper to my face with my own shit. This may be instrumental in helping me to write essays, pages of metaphorical death. I distrust the scientific and cultural implications. Personally, I believe in orchestrating the awareness already freely available to myself. Intimacy is impossible seen through a screen and mediated by disembodied voices, mutilated words. I've seen tears shed many times over fiction. Present these tender hearts with cold facts and they are decidedly unmoved and often quite cheerful. This could be described as a morass of literary panic. False visions of life have entered us deeply, like being caught in a rainstorm of knives. It fills me with an even deeper regret than the few I first came with. shadows and silhouettes of a celebration that never took place. You can imagine the guests. Great pressure has been vested in a terminal mistake. But I am in decline again. The tapes keep rolling. Talking to people that hide in my mind. Behind my eyelids, I have no answer for them. In the gathering evening, they crawl out on my roof. Squirming animals of immaculate size. Patterns of my face as they rend me apart. I was lying in bed as Neon emerged. I realized death was a sort of decadent choreography. In a dream, two species meet on the fault line of their imminent demise. I have seen the last of this house. I must leave the last words to Mummy. Little boy, his spine a dead snake on the carpet. Shriveled black jewels were his eyes.